It's my favorite time of year, and I just got a present in the mail. By the way, if you like dark ambient music or horror soundtracks, music that's inspired by cryptozoology and ufology, then please click the subscribe button below. Thank you. Anyway, let's open this up, shall we? Alright, I know what this is though. I definitely knew this was on the way. I was excited about this. So yeah, this is music by Joseph Mlodik. He's primarily known for his dark ambient project, Not to Lucan. So he released this one under his own name. This is a collection of tracks he did for YouTube and his documentaries and stuff on YouTube. I know he actually composed the soundtrack for a graphic novel, called Dissension. But he's wanting to promote himself as a composer, and he's wanting to do it under his own name when he is promoting that. And you should check out his Bandcamp. It's going to be in the description down below. This is a nice variety of different sounds. Some are quite short, some are quite long. Many are ominous, drony sounds. Then there are tracks like HWF, which are have more beats and drum work in it, which is not something I'm used to hearing from Not to Lucan. There's a track here simply called Dark Minimalist Ambient, which is one of my favorite tracks. It's a wonderful example of Joseph's textured drone. I'm not even going to cut that out. That's just like a tongue twister right there. Joseph's textured drone work. Joseph's textured drone work. Joseph's textured drone work. Can't say it. I cannot say it any. I can't say it any faster than that. Oh God, so good. So I'd say that track. And there's another track called Shifting Shadows Accompany Me. Might be my favorite tracks. But then again, there's ones like Cloistered and Mother of All Spiderwebs, which was his, I guess, he composed that music just for that one. There's a little video on his YouTube channel where he goes down the basement. There's all these like spiders, baby spiders, and cobwebs, and just a true nightmare. And I could hardly watch that video, but he did the music for that. Look at this. So he's got this picture. It's like an owl with rocks and stuff. I think he took this on his honeymoon recently, and it was really pretty out there if you watch some of his videos he had on his channel of it. The leaves here, I love this. He's got a video on YouTube of him making these. Yeah, I like it because it's really creative. It's got a personal touch to it. You can tell a lot of love went into it. And so, yeah, definitely, I'm really happy to add this to my collection. In addition, since it's wintertime, there's actually another album I want to suggest by Joseph under his Not to Lucan name. It's called Amongst the Snow and the Shadows. So when it's wintertime, I love to dive into the cold, bleak winterscapes. So you're going to find a plethora of it in that wonderful album as well. So another thing I wanted to talk about. For the holidays, my friend and horror writer, David Allen Voiles, he came out with a book last year called The 13 Days of Christmas. I actually have it right here. 13 Days of Christmas and Other Tales of Yuletide Horror. This is actually an anthology, so as you guessed it, the 13 stories that are presented in here are based around Christmas time, and it's a lot of fun. It's a really good book. There's like a couple stories I still have to read in here, but everything I read is actually top notch. Like, it's really good. So David Voiles actually took my Witchworks album and expanded on the story and turned it into a series of episodes on his Dark Corners podcast, and eventually he published it in book format. That's actually here, but that's for another episode. Recently, David actually took 4 of the stories out of this book and turned them into episodes on Dark Corners. And I actually scored the individual stories, much like I did with Haunted when I went in and did the soundtracks of those stories. That's what I did with David's stories. Sorry. So David gave me some ideas. He was thinking for the individual stories, but he gave me a lot of leeways, like, but take it, do what you will with it. But he had the idea of taking some Christmas carols and take them, play them in a minor key. I just threw them amongst the more drony stuff you hear throughout the stories. And I had a lot of fun doing that. So David's narration is top notch, and it only serves to complement his really well-written stories. And I'm not just saying that because he's a friend, but his writing is quality, and I highly recommend checking out his other stuff. So the last episode for the holiday edition of Dark Corners is called Santa and the Haunted House. It has a slight haunted mansion feel to it. I won't talk about it much, but it airs on December 22nd at midnight Eastern Standard Time. God, by the way, if you want to ever taste the best eggnog in the world, there's this stuff by a farm called Mapleview out here in North Carolina. And it's just the perfect thickness and flavor, and it comes in a glass bottle. Good Lord. God. But anyway, where were we? Have you ever had one of these Terry's orange things? They're so good. Just take them. Take that. You just bam. Bam on the like on the desk or whatever hard surface, and then just look at that. So good. So good. And they taste like orange.